Other question I got before we get started, just to m- give this what we're talking about some background and some context. What I'm looking through your books, right? And this is you sent me. You got this book, and you got the book on the Anunnaki, and you are an extremely well-read brother. I mean, this you got sources from everywhere that you got in your book. This isn't no, as you would say, ghetto scholarship. This is like a very scholarly work. My question to you would be, if you have researched and studied, maybe I'm thinking about the answer you might say while I'm asking the question. You're so well researched and studied all over the world with all the different spiritual systems all over the world. What would make a brother like Dr. Wesley Muhammad choose one religion, one spiritual system, when I feel as though if you didn't choose the Nation of Islam, you could dive into the Bhagavad Gita, you could dive into this information, you could dive into esoteric Christianity and the Gnosticism, you could dive into Buddhism, you could dive into all of these different things. Who had that has a piece of the puzzle, Dr.
And
Wesley?
I
But
do dived into all of it.
okay, but what
I
makes you
dived
choose?
into all of it.
Mhm, mhm. With that being said, why choose the Nation of Islam, my brother?
Very excellent question.
Thank you,
Before
brother.
I answer, let me say I don't use ghetto scholarship anymore. I don't use
All
that language anymore.
right.
The Honorable Brother Minister Farrakhan has raised me and elevated me out of such baby language. So I
Okay.
just
All right.
want that to be stated
Excellent.
for the record.
All right.
Brother Radiohead Rich, you asked a very great question. And the question, the answer to the question defines the entirety of my vocation.
Uh-huh.
I was a atheist. I hated all religion.
Mm,
I was a bitter, arrogant atheist.
mm,
Now, I'm not going to recite that whole story. I want to answer
mm,
precisely your very important question. Why, if Brother Wesley, as a trained historian of religion
mm,
who has studied the ancient religions of the black man across the globe,
mm,
who does recognize scholarship, my expertise, my academic expertise, is literally the black God. Few people can claim academic, scholarly expertise on the subject of the black God. That's my expertise. I've written scholarship for 30 years now
mm,
on the black God. When I began studying, I said I'm gonna study everything, and wherever my study leads me, that's where I will be. That's what I will accept. So I literally went to every church, went to every sect, religious sect, and I listened with an open mind. I studied all religions. That study led me to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I document what I discovered in this book, The Book of God, an encyclopedia of proof that the black man is God, which I wrote in 1998. What I document in this book, Brother Rich, and in all of my scholarship is that all of the ancient religions, having
mm,
studied them academically, all of the religions of the original black man of the planet, they have the same theology.
mm,
It's articulated in local articulations, local language, local culture, but the theology is the same, whether we're talking about in ancient Kemet, ancient Sumer, ancient Arabia, ancient India, ancient China. The theology at the root of these religious systems is the same. It's the theology of the black God. Now,
mm,
it is a fact, and my scholarship shows it, that the theology that's common to the whole ancient black world lines up perfectly with the supreme wisdom of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. If we study the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, you would see that what he taught to the detail is the truth of the theology, what I call the sacred science of the black God that was the common theology of the ancient black world. That's why I'm in the Nation of Islam, because the theology of the ancient black world is the truth of the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I say that as an historian of religion first.
Indeed. Okay. Definitely. I could definitely dig that, my brother. I could definitely dig that and respect that. And with that being said, I want to get